just thought I'd do a little talk today about part of the passage that we're reading today from the Bible. And Robin's going to read for that shortly. But one of the words in that passage talks about yoke. Now, it's a bit of an unusual word, okay? A very strange word. So I've actually written this word down. Now, I'm sure if you look at that word yoke, you might actually have known that word before. Y-O-L-K. And it's actually an egg. Right, you know that yellow part of the egg, the yummy yellow part of the egg when you open it up and put your soldiers back in it in the morning there. So that's a lovely part of the yolk. But it's actually in the Bible, the word is a different spelling. Let me show you the spelling of the words in the Bible today. Yoke. Y-O-K-E. Sounds like joke, doesn't it? So yoke is actually a wooden thing. If you look at my funny old drawing here, it's a wooden thing that sits across two big animals, usually a bullock. Big animal, a cow, or something like that. Sometimes a donkey or a horse, but mostly bullocks. And these are metal bits that hang down. Okay then. So they're metal bits that hang down where the animals put their heads through. And that sits then across on the top of the animals there. So I've got a bit of a diagram here. I should have got myself better organised and actually got a photo for you, a bit more clear photo to see. But there you can see the heads of the bullocks going through the metal parts. And the yoke, the wooden bit, is sitting on the top there. And what happens then, of course, then people in ancient times, and even sometimes nowadays in developing countries, they use these for their animals to plough the ground. So it gets all attached to a plough and they can till the ground. And so these animals were put together, and we look at the story about the yoke in the Bible reading today, and it talks about two things: that Jesus will take the yoke from us. Some people would look at the yoke and think, oh, that's a horrible thing to put around an animal, how awful. It actually ties them in really, really tight. And they can't move. Well, we don't want to get away and running through the farm, because that would be not very good. But it is there actually not just as to keeping the animals together, but it also is a learning tool. And if we listen to the Bible reading today, Robin brings to us today, it talks about that Jesus will take this yoke from us. And in my readings this week, I read that the yoke wasn't just for keeping the animals together, for tilling the ground, but also usually there was an older cow put in the stocks there in the yoke, and then a younger cow, not so experienced, was put next door to it. The older cow then was teaching the younger cow what to do. Because the older cow had experience, knew which way to go up the farm, which way to come back, and the younger cow would then learn. It's a little bit like Jesus actually. Jesus actually is there for us to learn. He's there and he's willing to take that yoke and to help us along. Not to make us slaves and not to make us, do work and be really, really tough, but to actually work with him, to learn from him. And I think it's a very important message that the yoke is not something just to bind us all together to Jesus, just for the heck of it, just that we just don't worry about, worrying. I'll just push this way and I'll be right, and I'll pull away and I'll get away. But to learn, to follow, to hear the message that Jesus has for us today. And so I'd like you to think about that. Not the yoke. We had our yummy, yummy breakfast. I do like my yummy breakfast. I had one yesterday, it was yum. But this sort of yoke, something that goes across our shoulders, and sometimes when that yoke gets a little bit too heavy, Jesus can actually help us and take the burden from us. So think about that when you hear the word yoke today. It's that taking Jesus is going to be with us to take the burden away from us.